Yes, today we are going to be texturing the Crimson Door. And then if we have time and if this goes well, maybe we'll move on to something else. So let me pull up our textures here. I'm just going to get our vanilla door texture. Vanilla assets. Crimson Door. Could you please make a list of what PBR maps are you making for shaders? Well, each block needs a normal map and a specular map. There's actually a couple maps going on, but they all combine into those two files. And if that's what you were asking about, this stream, we're going to be doing that for the Crimson Door. So here we have our vanilla door textures in here. And we're gonna get started. Pink petals are textured. Also guys, this time around, you know, chat's gotten a little wild sometimes, so if you ask a question, you feel free to ask any question, preferably not, is this texture done yet? That question can get a little overdone. But if you ask a question and I haven't seen it, just make sure not to be spamming that question. You can ask it again, but just wait like a couple minutes or wait until I take a break from working on the texture to look at chat. Otherwise, you're just going to fill up chat and I'm not going to be seeing it. And then if it's bad enough, we might have to mute you. So, okay. So the Crimson Door, because it's a door, is actually split into two textures. We've got the top texture here and we've got the bottom texture. So what I just did here is I opened up our color palette and I also just resized this to 512. So next thing I'm going to be doing is increasing the canvas size for this so that we can take our top texture and put it in here, because obviously it's kind of weird to texture them separately. We will have to split them up eventually to put them in the game. Christine says, chat, be normal. This chat is never normal, man. Okay. Merge these two. So here is our combination of the two door textures. And you know what? In game, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to run over here. So this is where all of my doors are. So we're going to want things to be kind of consistent here. So maybe we'll be referencing how I did a couple of these things. Yeah, in fact, these are actually all the doors in the game. You can see that the only ones that aren't done are the warp, the crimson, the bamboo, and the pale oak. And we're going to be doing the crimson today. We could also probably do the trapdoor, I think. I'm gonna wait. Give me 1 sec with the YouTube stream. Let's community moderation. Blocked words. Okay. Mob. Mobs. Bedrock. Save. And is that going to work on both streams? That's the question. Community moderation. Okay. Sorry to kill ban 6-7. Sorry to kill the fun, everybody, but Mob and Bedrock have now been banned because people just love to ask that question, and other than putting like a big Mobs will be done eventually and Bedrock will be done eventually on the screen, which just is kind of a pain. And even if I put it there, people would probably still ask for some reason. There's really no way to answer that many questions. So hopefully chat should be a little bit more focused this time. And the emojis. Yeah, the problem is the emojis look fine on whatever platform you're on, and they're not really like spam, but they look weird in the global chat. I'm sure you see because it doesn't load them for some reason. So glad I'm not banned. Yeah, if you say anything like any of the banned words, it shouldn't ban you. It should just, you know, not show it. Okay. What are you drinking? I'm drinking a Celsius. I was drinking the, I forget what it was called. There was this limited time Red Bull that I was drinking in every single previous stream, and I think they just stopped making it because I couldn't find it today. Okay. Yeah, onions are safe. You guys can still send onions. Rest assured. I'm not going to kill the community. I love you, Prime. Please adopt me. I'll adopt all of you. Guys, onions might have to go. Maybe if it gets bad. I don't think it usually gets that bad though. Okay. Now that we got that was a quick fix. Let's get back to our texture here. So what I want to start with is this border. We've got like the, or this like sort of bevel to the texture. We've got the edges here. So first thing I'm going to do is select that. All the way around. We'll pick a color just so it's visually, you know, visual. And we're gonna make the edges completely clean so then we can have our lighter bit. Let's pick this highlight color there. And down here. And we'll just fill this in. Okay, so our top and our left are this brighter color. Let me fix that. And then the right side and the bottom side is this darker color. And then we have our sort of actual color in between. Okay, so here's the basis of our door. Visually visual. Yeah. Thank you for the heart, Ziggy. Hopefully I don't, now that I actually have the chat up, hopefully I don't miss any more like donations and stuff. Thank you for the heart. Heart, I suppose. I'm not sure how else to say your name. Sparkly. The Onion Rebellion. Okay. So we've got our bases here, and then we have these cracks in between the planks. I used to make them smaller than 1 pixel, but I believe, yeah. If we take a look at like something like this, which has a very similar like lines in between the planks, when I went and redid all of the doors to make them consistent, I decided to keep them the same width. So we're not going to be shrinking these at all. In fact, we're just going to keep them the same width. So I'm quickly going to throw these down as well, which is not super complicated. We're going to want to start with this darker color here. Got some onions in the chat. I think it's so funny because I see you guys leave onion comments on my videos, and like anyone who hasn't been in any of the streams has no idea what you guys are talking about. Prime, you're my dad. Hello, son. Yo, what should I build in my survival world, Jackson? You should build anything as long as you're using Prime's HD textures. In fact, if you guys are playing the game with the pack, we have a channel in the Discord where you can post screenshots of like your different builds or different, you know, structures using the pack. As a way for, because some people like, my videos show off specific blocks, but some people like to see what the pack looks like in actual builds. So if you guys have built anything and you're a user of the pack, please go and post it over in the Discord, just so that other people can see it. Iron Door, please. We've already textured the Iron Door. I think we have, maybe I have 2 videos on the Iron Door. I'm not sure. I remember that was a little moment in the community working on the Iron Door. I think because that was the one time that I finally folded and was like, okay, I'll test out slanted height maps because you guys just keep asking for it. And I ended up not keeping it. You should add onions to the texture pack. I feel like I should do like a Easter egg or something. Maybe one of those things where if you rename an item, it like changes the texture. I could have it if you rename like, what's the closest thing in Minecraft to an onion? A beetroot, maybe? If you rename a beetroot to an onion, it'll be a beetroot. I mean, it'll be an onion. Potato. I feel like the beetroot kind of looks like an onion, though. I'm not really sure. We're anti-slanted. Yes, we are anti-slanted in here, Christine. The main problem with slanted height maps is that there's a lot of cases where flat height maps work, and there's a lot of cases where perfect 45-degree height maps work, but there are also a lot of cases where you wouldn't want either. And the problem is that if I started doing 45-degree height maps, then it's like, okay, well, why wouldn't I do slightly, you know, slightly less, like unlock the different degrees? And then it becomes like, oh, well, what counts as slanting? Like, do we slant bevels like this? Do we keep it to just that, or do we slant the edges of cobblestone or something like that? And it just opens up so many consistency questions, and it's so hard to decide where to draw the line. Not to mention that the entire pack was made with flat layered height maps, so either these new blocks would stand out, or they'd... One sec, I'm just gonna make sure my monitor isn't gonna fall apart. Looks kind of bent. Forgot what I was rambling about. I'm just one of my monitor arms is like bent right now. No, actually it looks okay. I'm tweaking. Where's the link to the Discord? In my bio. It's also just, yeah, at that point you're just sculpting. Yeah, it's just, you know, just for consistency. If for no other reason than the pack is 90% like done and it doesn't have it, it's like that would just take so much time, and I just don't like it. Name any vegetable, cry and you get an onion. Give context of the onion for the people, for the video, or for the new ones to the stream. Should I give context, or should I just let them wonder? I hardly even know the context. I had to go back and watch the footage because the thing is, this happened when I left the stream. I went to like go use the bathroom, and like when I came back, the onion thing was happening, so I had to like rewatch the footage to figure it out myself. Let them wonder. Am I using Photoshop? Yes, I am. Okay, so we have perfect outline of our like shape here for our door. Now, next thing that we're gonna need to do is the hinges right here. And I have taken special care to make sure the hinges are the same across all the doors. It's funny, before I went back and unified all of the doors, I had done different doors at vastly different points in the pack's development. Like some doors were made very early on, like the oak door, and then other doors were made right when they were added, like the copper door, like years apart. So, and it's funny to see the way that I did hinges evolved over time. So all the hinges on the doors were a completely different style. Some were like 3D, some were like 2D, some were big, some were small. So when I redid all the doors, I'm like, okay, I'm committing to making the hinges look like this. So we're gonna follow in that tradition. And let me, actually I have to grab the right resource pack here. I need to pull up one of these other doors so I can steal the hinges off of it. Let's do... I guess it could be any door. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. Door. Let me just type in door. Yeah, let's grab the acacia door, shall we? Okay, so I'm just gonna steal the hinges off of this guy. What's a little bit not fun about the crimson door is that there's no like openings in it, so we don't get to do the fun... What is going on? No, stop. Dude, I need to like... This like new Photoshop thing where it brings up like the AI like bar, like kind of pisses me off a bit. Like the way that it just appears. Sometimes I like click it by accident. Okay. Top hinges and bottom hinges. Don't forget the wither. We haven't done mobs yet. I like how I banned the word mobs and then I got like basically tricked into answering the question. Not cool AI. Yeah, dude, it's funny. People, even though all of my videos and literal live streams are me like texturing, I still get some people every once in a while that are like, oh, this pack looks like it's AI. The funniest one is that people say I'm AI. Like, I don't know if it's because my camera, like I use a nice camera, so like my quality looks really good or something, but I've had like AI accusations against me. Prime is AI confirmed. I know, guys, I am AI. Beep, boop, boop. Okay, so yeah, I'm just recoloring these hinges to be the color that we can see here. All right, things are coming along nicely. Now, the major thing here, One of the major things here is actually going to be this handle. Like, what are we going to do with this handle? Go to the window menu and deselect contextual taskbar. Window, contextual taskbar. Oh my gosh, who said that? Thank you, I'm a SB lifesaver. Just download the old Photoshop version without AI if it's too uncomfortable. Nah, it's fine. Especially now that it just gets in the way. Thanks for the overreact, George. Gotta go by. Thanks for stopping by, Real Shacks. Make the handle a half circle. I'm just trying to picture what this would look like in real life. It kind of looks like a, I don't know, like a cup? What do we think this handle looks like? Handle looks like a lower half sphere. Half circle because it is a bowl to hold onion. Bro, kick that guy out of the chat. Weird knob, make it an octagon. Egg. Nico, yes, I do remember you. My pleasure, Prime. Bar handles? Bar handles. It's a hinge. That makes no sense. Onion. A broken door handle. Lower 3/5 of a circle. I kind of want to look up doors. I just don't know what, like what kind of hand. I wish you guys could send me images. There's no way for you guys to send me pictures, but like I wish we could find pictures of like what to base this off of. Yeah, find a reference of a similar one. That's what I'm thinking. Like I just don't know what to like search up. We all remember Nico. Yes, all of us. Either a knocker or an indentation. It could be like a knocker, you're right, but the only reason I don't think it is because this dark like crack doesn't continue. It gets like cut off by those pixels. I think it's a half knocker, 100% knob. You guys are saying a half circle. I just feel like that would look weird. Maybe like not like a true circle, but like a rounded kind of rectangle. Search real life Minecraft doors. I'm gonna get one of those YouTube videos from like 2010. That's like what Minecraft would look like in real life, and it's like 3D renders. You know what I'm talking about? Half circle, hinge, doorknob. Oh my God, you're a genius, Tooth. It is a doorknob. Actually, wait. I'm making fun of you, but I think you might be right. Like just like a rounded thing. Like maybe it's just weird. This like darkness around it is just weird. I think that's what's throwing people off. 1/2 of a handle. So I imagine most of us would not be happy with me doing like a thing like that. I mean, I could just make it like a doorknob like that. I could pretend it's a half circle. No one will notice or care. That's the thing, Anonymous. If I mess up one single detail, especially on like TikTok, all of the comments will be about that one detail. People are like crazy. Maybe I could make it like that sort of thing. A car door handle. What about that? Is this like kind of, is this moving in the right direction? Yes or no? Yeah, no, Minecraft designers did not think too much about this, but I just have to, I have to think about it. Yes? Yeah, looks good. Does TikTok have a true opinion though, if you think it's good? Yeah, it's interesting. Every platform has a slightly different culture. My YouTube comment section is probably the, like, that's probably where like my like actual fans are, people who like follow. Instagram is probably the most rough comment section. TikTok is a good mix. There's people, because I was originally on TikTok, so there's a lot of like old people on TikTok, but a lot of new people as well. TikTok will have, I'll go really viral on TikTok, and then I'll have people who have never seen the pack before just show up and be like, this pack sucks. And it's like, bro, this you're not like, of course, like you don't have to like it. This isn't like for you, I guess. I just don't know how the outline would look. I am from Instagram. You're one of the good ones. Why silence? What Twitch name? I'm not on Twitch. Greetings from Spain. Greetings from the United States. Door knocker. I just joined. Are you doing doors? We are just doing this door for now. Make it like the bowl. Okay, I'm just gonna throw. The thing is, I don't know what these darker pixels are. Like, is this? I'm actually really confused. The more I look at this, the weirder it looks. Like, is that a shadow? It looks too dark to be a shadow. Secret soup bowl I haven't made yet. Dark pixels as shadows. It's a weird outline. Okay. You know what? Let's just start. So we have a bit of a little, you know, this is definitely one of the shapes of all time here. Boom, boom, boom. It's very light. Let me actually darken this background so we can see what we're doing, just on that plank at least. And then what is the out, like, do I continue the outline around the whole thing, but just make it thicker on the bottom? Because I could do that, or just make the outline only on the bottom. Am I losing like my mind here, guys? So not but the shadow, maybe just the bottom, only on the bottom. Okay, here I'll cut this off so it's only on the bottom. This is so bizarre. Probably bigger on the bottom. Dude, I just can't like what even is this shape? I'm seriously confused. I'm not a big fan of how this looks. I mean, it's lined up, I guess, kind of, sort of. What if we make it a knocker and just like avoid, just like forget that it's like, oh, dude, and we're gonna have to figure it out because it's also used there. Go call Notch. Yeah, can somebody like call Notch, please? You know, I actually have a friend who makes resource packs, and he had Notch comment on one of his tweets of the packs. So I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who got commented on by Notch. So basically, me and Notch are like besties. No, he's a bad guy. Don't call him. Yeah, we don't actually know who designed Minecraft. I mean, I believe they cut him from the credits. It's a half round semicircle door pull handle. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. Half round semicircle door pull handle. Goodbye, Prime. Goodbye, Sun. Orange Jacob. Images. Whoa. Wait. You might be onto something. You might be onto something. Like something like that. What app do you use? I use Photoshop. It's this, yeah. I think, you know, something like that. Okay, look, maybe, see how there's a bit of like a, I'm gonna make sure this is centered. See how there's a bit of like a bevel to this, or like a weird little border thing? Maybe that is what the like dark pixels are. So here, let's just recreate. I'm gonna pull this up on my second monitor. Sorry, you guys will no longer be able to see it. And we'll do our half circle here. Okay. Yeah, I think rather than trying to make the dark pixels like a shadow or something, we can make them like an outside of this handle. I mean, it looks weird, but it looks weird. I don't know. I didn't design it. Okay. Then I'm gonna select this area, and we'll do this color on the inside. Maybe that one, just so it's a little bit more visual. As a professional doorknob, what in the world was that picture? Oh my, your name is Doorknob. Yeah, Doorknob, like, I know you're keeping the secret of what this doorknob is. CEO of Doorknobs. Okay, look. Bear with me, guys. We do something like this. You know what I'm saying? A little something like this. Maybe a little bit thicker, but John Doorknob is in the chat. No way we got Doorknob in the chat. Dude, we spent so long on the doorknob, bro. I had to actually leave the game and enter the chat. That's a little bit too thin. Go back in the images, there was an exact replica. I picked the one that I think fit ours the best. I'm gonna make these lines just a little bit thicker. It is, you know, like practically half of this thing is these dark lines. Okay, guys, doorknob moment. Doorknob moment. I think that is great. Zai thinks it's great, so it's probably great. Fire Phantom is a genius for saying bedrock of the sea. Thank you for the squirrel, George. Better. Thank you, I am a genius. The thing is, if anyone says like some words to break the filter, like a weird way to say bedrock or a weird way to say mobs, I won't even care, because the only people who would know that it's filtered are people who have been in the stream the whole time, so obviously not like random people. And that filter's just there to like filter out the random people, you know? Okay, actually I think this, I had this angle kind of curving down, but I think it should curve up because the whole doorknob curves up. Hello Prime, I love your videos. Thank you, Animate Stuff. We have a new video coming out tomorrow. It is the Ancient Debris, which maybe some of you are not the Ancient Debris, Netherite Scrap. Some of you guys might have been in the stream for that the other day. But yeah, there will be a proper video coming out. And then there's also, oh my god, if any of you guys were in all of the command block streams, there is going to be a command block video. Finally, it's being edited right now. I live only on YouTube. No, I'm also on TikTok. I missed a lot of the stream. I was at school. Nightmare and Axel, if you're talking about this stream, we've only been live for like, how can I tell? How can I tell? 40 minutes? So you didn't miss much. You missed this. We just outlined the door. It's my first time catching your stream. Yeah, it's been a little bit rough to get people in here because, well, no, I mean, we haven't had any trouble getting people in here. There's always people in here, but I mean, I feel bad for anyone who's been missing anything because I literally have just been going live like completely randomly. I do not have a live schedule at all. Okay, let's just get the highlight in here. I don't like how like imperfect this thing is, but do we do like one of those artsy things where they do like the like, what do they call it? Where it's like dark down here, you know what I'm saying? In art class when they make you shade a sphere. Please continue with the time schedule. It works perfectly for me. I'm convinced, Tooth, that if I went live like at 4 a.m. You'd be the first one in here. I don't know how you pull it off. Greatest stream mod. For the people who request items, do they go in a vid? If you, I'll always like pay attention to what blocks people are wanting to see. But as far as like actually being able to place a request that will be done, that's exclusive to patrons. And if you, it's exclusive to one of the tiers. So if you want your texture to 100% be done, it will, you have to become like a certain tier of patron, and they get like a shout out in the video. That's like one of the benefits of it. Thank you for the rose, Ira Kitten Games. I almost missed that. I'm not a massive fan of how this doorknob is turning out, but I'm trusting the process. Actually, this actually doesn't look too bad. Let's do our classic little detail where we put a little bit of a, a little something there. I love adding little lines of color variation. Maybe we also add like a thing up here. Ooh, I think we need that going on across the whole thing, probably. I actually really like how it looks after the highlight was added. Yeah, I was kind of like, is this... I was like, this better turn out like somewhat good, because I really don't know what our plan B is for this weird doorknob. Yeah, and we can always, if I get struck by inspiration, or one of you guys finds the exact door that Jappa based this texture off of, we can swing back around to it. But for now, I think, honestly, I think this is probably the best we're gonna get. Like, it looks like it looks like the doorknob. There's a bit of a shadow under it. Actually, I can go ahead and add that now. I'm just gonna select that and drag it down about that far. And then we're gonna grab this color and boom, boom. We're gonna put the same specularity from Overworld Wood. It is gonna have the same specularity as the Crimson like wood. So all the Crimson stuff looks the same. Oh my gosh, Dragon Queen 3361 snuck through the barrier and asked if I'm gonna work on the animals. Didn't say mobs though. Yes, we will be doing animals eventually. Please start a little bit earlier, Prime. Nico, what time zone are you? What time is it for you right now? It is, I'm in Eastern Standard Time, so it is 6 p.m. for me right now. Animals. Gotta Kiss is saying that you made a pack like mine, but we're running into some issues. If you join the Discord, there are a lot of people in there who can help with certain like pack issues. We've got a lot of people who like to work on packs. Okay, we're done with the handle. So now all that we really have left on this texture is just sort of the texture of wood. So I'm gonna go and get some inspiration. I thought my game almost crashed. I'm gonna get a little bit of inspiration for how I've handled wood in other places, on other textures. Some of them are like this one, I made it just like completely straight lines. Some of them are kind of curvy. Some of them are really curvy. I'm not really sure. I think I'm just gonna feel it out. It's 11 p.m. for me, bruh. I use my mouse, Fall Key, which is kind of funny that I use my mouse, honestly. It's, I don't know. I don't know. I just am used to it. Also, I like to use the pen tool like this, and that's more just to make things like super accurate, and that's more just like moving points around. Okay, I'm gonna try the only using straight lines technique to really give this like some kind of wood grain. We'll see if that ends up being the move. So right now I'm just basically doing these darker like sections. Let's just do these middle planks and see how all that turns out, and then see if we want to copy that style for the other ones. Would you ever get more people to work on the pack? Probably not. I mean, I can keep up with it pretty well myself, and it just becomes a little bit weird. That's why I don't typically accept like people. I've had like people make like fan textures, and I don't typically accept it because it just gets a little bit odd because there is a paid version of this pack, and you know I don't. Even though most of those people are like, hey, you can just add my texture to the pack, like you don't have to compensate me or anything. It's like I feel bad doing that. I'd rather, it just makes it simpler if I'm the only one working on the pack, you know? I gotta figure out how to shade these cracks. So I'm gonna go take a look at what I did on here. Okay, it looks like I just made them like lines, low-key. I'm using Photoshop. Somebody asked that over on TikTok. Could you put on lo-fi music? It's so cinematic for no reason. We did lo-fi the first time around. I got some complaints that it felt like a little bit too, what's the word? No copyrighty. So I don't know. I decided to shake it up. I think this is like, what playlist am I even on? I'm on like a synthwave, like copyright free playlist. But yeah, I mean, if people want, I just am not super used to setting up music on streams. I'm not sure what most people do. Play Dream's Manhunt music. I was never a Dream watcher, but didn't he just like start posting videos again? I feel like I saw him in my feed. Again, I've never like watched any of his videos, but okay, now we've got to do the second layer of darkness here. I'm gonna try to shake it up from what we had. Dude. Yeah, talk about like cinematic. What is this song that we got playing right now? When we texture, we do it intensely around here. How can I find the Discord? If you go to in my bio, there's links to like my website and stuff. If you can at least make it to my website, I know that that is linked everywhere. At the top of the screen, there will be like a link to the Discord. Okay, now I gotta do these highlights on the bottom half, which are basically the exact same thing, but you know, like light instead of dark. Minecraft story mode song. Have you eaten today? I had some leftover pizza this morning actually. Although my morning is like noon. I'm a little torn on this texture I decided to go for the actual planks. How are we feeling about it? Needs to be smooth. Yeah, once I'm done, we'll give it maybe another attempt and just compare the two. That is the wrong. I've got to change this one. I got the wrong part selected. Probably should make the dark bits go inward because they look charred and burned because it's the nether. I'm not sure what you mean, but I get the vibe that, yeah, this is, I do have to remember that this is like a nether thing. It looks a bit wet. I guess it is made out of like mushrooms. Moisty. Okay. Only major difference that I would make at this point is probably adding some like streaks because this is wood. So like, let me quickly like, I don't know how well this is gonna look. To like make it look like a plank of something. Yes or no? Crimson is unburnable. Yeah, it's a fungus. Yeah, because you grow it from a mushroom. Yeah, it looks a bit better. Yeah, that's nice. Prime, I may be tweaking, but that door is like so wild and natural, so maybe the doorknob is like a branch. I think you are tweaking, bro. I would get it if it was only for, I think the weirdest door has to be the, what's the blue one? The blue door? Warp door? Because it's like made of like vines and stuff. Rereading the comments on YouTube or TikTok? What do you mean? In chat? I'm seeing both chats. And I read comments everywhere. If you're talking about like video comments. Looks good. I feel like the group opinion kind of changed a bit after I added those like streaks. Let me just add a little bit more to these ones. It kind of looks like a cave. You know what I'm talking about? Like we're looking into a cave. Streaks are too subtle. Well, I can't get too crazy because the vanilla texture doesn't really have anything like that. So it's like I can kind of get away with little details, but W streamer for reading all the chats is so much rarer than you'd think. I try my best. And so far we usually aren't too busy in here. I can catch most of them. Prime, you missed one of the shadow colors on the right panel. I got all of them. Actually, this color should be this though. If you were talking about these pixels here, I kind of turned them into a shadow for the handle. Yo, it's the guy from the shorts. That's me, the guy from the shorts. Prime, I love you. I love you too, George. Thank you for the gift, George. Downloaded the free version. Why is it not 3D? You have to use shaders and you have to turn on advanced materials. There's a guide in the Discord for it. I've used IRL references for the doorknob. Yeah, earlier in the stream we did. Looks great. Okay. I could just keep moving along here. Maybe I could try to texture this one like and make it sort of rounded so we can do a direct comparison. Wait a minute, I just realized this is the exact same texture as this. Well, actually there's like a 1 pixel difference. Here, let's do this top part. Thanks for the rose, Rody. The roses, plural. I was gone for like 20 minutes. What happened? Probably nothing, bro. We've been like taking our sweet time with this. Have you heard of PAX MC? No, I have not. Okay. Just gonna make sure these are, you know, a little bit centered. I think you should just do the whole thing, then tweak. Yeah. I'm now realizing you meant like do the whole thing and then like tweak the details, but like at first I was like do the whole thing and then tweak. Like I do the whole thing and then I tweak because I realized that like I'd messed it up or something. Hi Prime, I've been asking for a while, but will the texture be completed maybe this year? Hopefully. I think if I keep up the pace we've been going, it very well could be done this year. Although the pack is available, you can download it now. It's just not like 100% complete, but we're getting very close to like all of the blocks being complete. So if you've been holding out for like potentially years on the pack, it is very playable now, as in like the amount of features that you'll be able to, or the like blocks and stuff that are actually done. So if you've been holding out, you might want to check it out. Is this Photoshop, Illustrator, or an evil third secret option? This is Photoshop. Was well made for a higher res above 256. All the blocks were originally made for 256 and then, or 512, and then I moved them down to 256. Although if you're asking that because the wool is like 512 still, that may be a bug. Like maybe I just forgot to downscale the wool. So if that's what you're talking about, you can go report that in the Discord and we can fix it up. Evil Photoshop. Yeah, Photoshop is evil. No, bro. TS is Photopia. I know that's like a free version of Photoshop, right? Like in a browser. I know some people like want to make packs, and I never recommend, you know, getting like Photoshop. This is just because like this is my job. Like I can afford to pay this much for Photoshop. But for most people, I would not recommend doing that. You can use something like Photopea. I've never used it, but I've heard it's good. If you want to make textures like mine. If you want to do pixel art though, like Photoshop is so overkill. I only use it because I obviously have a very specific kind of like texture. Hello, my boy. Hello, Blue and Friends 23. Okay, I just realized we don't have it here, but there is like a slight highlight to this one, so I'm kind of adding that in as a bit of a bevel to this. Let's get some lines in here. And then I suppose this is actually just the convergence of this. Why am I not able to? Oh. The hinges look weird. Well, I'd have to redo every door in the pack to fix that, so I'm sorry. You'll have to come to peace with the hinges. Okay, so we've got a darker color down here. And then I can actually do a little fun little thing like this. Hinge update, not happening. There are so many hinges in this pack. That would take us forever. If I uploaded like 5 videos in a row of just working on hinges, like I would be attacked. Favorite door texture I've done? I like any of the ones with big windows because I like to make them like 3D, or I like to make the doors like thick on the inside using a height map, so it's always fun to add that effect. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to add it here because there's no like actual opening to the Crimson door, but there is one on the trapdoor. So if we end up getting to the trapdoor today, which hopefully we will, we may be able to get that done, which would be fun. Right now, I'm just kind of like going through and I'm sort of just adding details as I go. I don't really have a much of a plan here for like certain sections, or I was kind of going section by section, but like then I lost the plot at some point. Whole thing's kind of taking shape though. How long are you streaming for? As long as I have energy. I mean, we're definitely gonna finish up the Crimson door. And this is moving along pretty fast. If I still am like, you know what, I got another texture in me, we might do another door, maybe the Crimson trapdoor. I think that would make the most sense. Or maybe I just pull an all-nighter and we just finish the pack in one night, in one stream. And then I send my editor like a 12-hour like recording. What time is it for you right now? I'm in Eastern Standard Time, so it is 6:22 p.m. of course. Editor here, please. No. Hey, Gabo. Good to see you in here, bro. Let me mod you, actually. I don't even know if you want to be a mod, but too bad. You're now a mod. Imagine that's just like a random person who stole your username and somehow knew what my editor's name was, and I just modded them. Let's go. I'm banning all of you. Yeah, it was the Wild West in here in the past couple streams. There was some crazy stuff going on in the chat, but we got some mods in. We banned a couple words, and things are now a little bit more like civilized. Time zone leak. Yeah, you guys have narrowed me down to half of a continent. Okay, we're kind of getting close here with this top half. Kind of, not really though. Door handle looks strange. I'm sorry, Farp. We're probably gonna stick with it. The door handle on the vanilla texture looks strange, so I don't really know what else to do. I don't think self-promotion is allowed with somebody self-promoting in here. Let's check out my... Yeah, Piquium. I think solo game dev is awesome, so keep that up. But probably no self-promotion in here. You should make videos on it, though. That's what I do. Not on the games that I work on. I actually have a game that I was working on for a little bit. If you guys are in the Discord, maybe you know that. Just some kind of elite. There are like 20 mods on YouTube alone. The problem is everybody I know, like people who are already kind of on the team, are more likely to hop on YouTube than they are on TikTok. And I've just been modding like mods of the Discord and mods of, and like my editor and, you know, just people I recognize. So it's just, there's a lot of, you know, mods on YouTube, not so much on TikTok. The thickness of the door handle is thinner than the vanilla texture. Yeah, by like one little nanometer. And I did that on purpose to kind of try to make it look a little bit better. It's just a weird door. It's just a weird handle, I mean. What things can mods do? Just ban people or mute them if they're getting out of hand. That's about it. I mean, people, some of them, like the mods on TikTok can like make polls and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is, I'm kind of liking how this is coming together. We definitely went for a very sharp kind of look, which I don't know if that makes all that much sense, given that this is like a mushroom. But whatever. Yes, the hinges do look the same for all of the doors in vanilla. The door looks like the bricks from Undertale. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I played Undertale way back in the day when it first came out. I don't think I beat it though. You know how in Undertale, like if you do the first run, Flowey, I think his name is, like closes out of your game? If I'm remembering correctly. When I was like a kid playing that, I thought the game was done. I thought that was the end of the game. So I never rebooted it. So I just thought I beat it. I use BSL, the real Slim. Would you be able to make the door handle 3D or would that be difficult? Asks It's Litten. We're gonna do our best and we're gonna do that this stream. After I'm done with the texture, we're gonna mess with the height map and we'll be able to hopefully add some depth to things and some reflectivity and some specularity and some normal map. That's not a mushroom, that's a door, but the door's made of mushrooms if you think about it. You know? Kind of. Okay, is this correct? Are we liking this, guys? I feel like I'm kind of liking it. Do you think it'll be in the texture pack today? Probably not. I'm gonna push out. I really need to push out pre-release. One of the Patreon tiers gets like early access to textures. None of the last couple textures have been pre-released though, but I think it's definitely due for one. So I think I might try to do that today. So if you're in like one of the higher tiers of the Patreon, you may get this door today. But for everybody else, updates come out at the end of the month. Still not sure about the door handle FARP. Okay, why don't you texture the FARP approved version of the door handle and then email me a presentation about it and I will get back to you in a couple 3 to 5 business days. Joe needs his answers, bro. What's Joe? I'm asking a lot, but oh my gosh. Can you do end portal textures with its 3D layers? I think the end portal texture is like hard coded. I don't think I can actually texture like the portal part, unfortunately. I don't want to leave the stream. Stay up all night, Nico. I'm just kidding. Go to bed. I will be streaming more and I'll be streaming at different times a day. If I'm going to keep up this just random stream timing thing, I'm probably going to start streaming like I said at like random times. So if I'm not streaming, like when you, like if you can't, like maybe I'll do a morning stream and a night stream. So like for people in different time zones, they'll be able to catch at least something. Okay, we're doing good here. I believe this plank right here is actually, yeah, it's just the exact same one up here, except the outline's like changed a little bit. So I'm just gonna copy this one down, really. We're gonna add burn marks. Probably not. I'm not really sure how I would do that. Although that would be cool. I just don't really know how to do that. It's 4 a.m. in India. That's about as opposite time zone as you can get from where I am in the United States. Oh my gosh, I need to line this up. Come on. TikTok ended. I'm gonna restart TikTok. Why do I keep getting like... Thank you for whoever gave me a heads up. TikTok is now back online. Let me reconnect the chat. Inactivity. I keep getting... I see you hopped in there, boat. I keep getting... My TikTok keeps getting taken down for inactivity. I'm not really sure what that means, though. Like, I try to respond to everybody's comments. Maybe it's could be related to the multi-stream. Hopefully I don't have to stop doing that. But like, there's ways that I could like low-key hide it, I feel like. YouTube over TikTok. Yeah, I thought you died. I'm sorry, Joe. It's not my fault, man. TikTok keeps shutting me down. They hate to see us winning over here at Primods HQ. Oh, something went wrong here. Maybe it's because you're streaming on both platforms. I'm not gonna lie. I think that might be it. Activity. Yeah, I don't know why the live randomly ended. Maybe I've seen some people say that. You see how I have the icons next to everybody? Some people say that or I've heard some people say that that might be bad. But I've seen people stream like this and not run into issues. Can you pause? I need to do something. Guys, Blue and Friends needs to do something. We're shutting down the stream. Probably 1 in 1,000 watch the TikTok. Actually, like, usually we have probably half of the viewers are over there. So I gotta... It's just, I don't know. People in the comment section of YouTube are a little bit more active. Spear says, what do you say about the portals? I just cut it out right before. Or it just cut out right before. What was I saying about the portals? What was I saying about the portals? Probably nothing. Oh no, I was saying that the end portal's like hard-coded. Maybe TikTok streaming isn't worth it. I mean, worst case scenario, gets shut down, and then we're in the exact same place as if I'd never streamed. Here, let me... I'll look it up. I'll look it up later. Apparently there's a live 60-minute time limit. Is that true? The thing is, it's saying it's kicking me for inactivity. I just don't know like what that means. Probably makes the most sense that it's related to me, you know, dual streaming, but like we haven't had problems before. No, I've been on lives for hours. Yeah, there's no time limit. I just searched it and it said there's a 60-minute time limit on platform. You mean like on like a PC? I am streaming on PC. I think inactivity means inactivity. I think you're right, but we're not inactive. Okay, back to our texture here. I think after this, I mean, we just need to make some slight tweaks to this bottom one because it is like slightly different than the top one, although it is pretty similar. We're making good progress here. I could maybe do something like that. And something like this. Some users can go longer, but apparently limited to 60 minutes. Do what I do, ignore it and hope it goes away. That, you know what, out of everyone's suggestions, Yimi, I'm gonna listen to you. The door text was too good, TikTok couldn't handle it. I'm actually, look, I'm gonna take 1 second and Google this. TikTok live kicked for inactivity. How to not get kicked for inactivity on TikTok live? Oh, that's bringing up videos. I don't want to watch a video right now. At least it's not like messing with me for TikTok guidelines or something. That would probably be bad. I'm not breaking any. I keep TikTok live from going. I'll have to. Yeah, I can't find anything about it. I'll just have to go watch some videos after stream. Weird. Okay, I'll deal with it later. Or never. I'm just kidding. I'll have to fix it at some point. Maybe because it's a calm and chill stream. Should I start like screaming? Optimizing for TikTok clicks and being like, oh my god, guys, don't send a rose or I'll like throw up. You know? Glad you like it, false Naaman. The door was too good, the live broke. Yeah. Glad some people are finding their way back into the TikTok live. I don't know what was going on there. Thank you guys. You guys have usually been very fast at letting me know when TikTok goes down. I really appreciate that. If TikTok goes down, hop over to YouTube and, you know, say something in chat and be like, yo, TikTok's dead. And then I can get it back up as soon as possible. And then I just feel bad for all the souls that we lost in the TikTok live collapse who are unable to ever find it again. Handle looks weird. I know. Is there a dark pixel missing above the bottom hinge? You're not wrong. Because I want to keep that angle there, I'm probably just gonna do like that. That was a good catch though. Someone make him a memorial for the TikTokers. The handle of doom and despair and everything unfair, yeah. I'm gonna make a version of the pack called the Joe Edit. The handle does throw me off a bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to do. The handle's weird in the game. I'm not sure how else. Maybe if I made it like flat across, it would look like slightly less awkward. You know? Do we think that making it, if like a handle has a slight curve to it, do you think making it like perfectly flat across would help? I don't know, Blue and Friends 23. I don't know how anyone would grab this handle. I think it's just weird in vanilla, you know? If you guys are new to the stream, we trust me, we spent quite a while on that handle. We looked at references. We actually had the John door handle, no joke, join the stream. John Doorhandle, yes, blinded. I don't think he's here anymore, though. Or Doorknob. His name was Doorknob. I was checking to see if these weren't just copies of this one, but they are different, so. Dang, you work quick. I work quicker when I'm doing it myself. And don't have to deal with weird live stuff and aren't trying to talk to you guys. But it's more fun to do it with you guys, honestly. Like, I don't think I'm ever, like, sometimes, ever since I started live streaming, I'm usually live when I do anything. Sometimes I'll do something not live. It'll usually be something really boring. Like something that I wouldn't even know how to narrate. He's getting an appearance in the video? Yeah, maybe. That probably won't be up to me, though. That'll be up to my editor / editors, plural, depending on who's going to work on this. Could you stand up real quick? It would break the illusion. I don't have feet. Enchantment table's already done, Epic Edits. It's one of my favorite blocks in the pack. I have a test tomorrow. I'm so cooked. Master Plan Certified. What's your test on? We'll help you in the chat. We'll all help you study. We'll give you the answer. He's a realistic VTuber. Am I getting more like freaking AI? Oh yeah, because I said I couldn't stand up. I'm just a head and shoulder in real life. Math? Guys, I'm gonna be so honest. I know most of you guys are in high school. You know, pay attention in class and all that, but like I do not remember anything I learned in high school. I probably do, but like especially math. You know. Thanks for the rose, Seasons. Do you have a body? No, I don't. It's 23:40 for me and I'm writing a physics exam tomorrow, but watching the stream is addicting. Write the physics exam about Crimson Doors. Or the physics, wait, is that what he said? Yeah, exam. Maybe it's a push door. In my mind, right? Because we looked up door handles that look like this. There's like a cup on the inside that you reach into, you know? Good night. See you tomorrow. Something. Good night. Zifexos. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow. I probably will. I need to catch up. We need to get new videos out. I took a bit of a break past couple days, but we got to get back in business. Look up red doors. We looked up. Here, actually, I think do I still have it up? No. I did have some research up, but then I had to look up what went wrong with TikTok, and I lost the freaking thing. I wish you guys could send images in the chat. That would like help me if we pulled up like references, but the more I think about that, the more I realize being able to send images in the chat would be like a horrible idea. Thanks for the rose, Rody. Are you wearing a wig? No, I am not wearing a wig. I was researching and found a door that's close. Yeah, I wish I could see. I wish I could see what you guys are finding. There's just no easy way for me to, you know? When will you wear wigs? Ban that guy. Don't ban that guy. We don't ban anyone around here. It's a ban-free chat. Yeah, do not confuse the power. Thank you for the chilies, Gabito. What I have to use? I'm using Photoshop. Okay, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We are getting really close here. We might tweak up the handle a little bit before we call it. Well, not call it. The stream's not ending. We're just getting started. But before we move on to doing PBR for this block. Thank you for the roses, Rody. Hinge not realistic. Okay, you can download the pack and you can update all of the doors' hinges. And if it looks awesome, I will fix it. Yeah, we are. Yes, Zach Taylor, we are going to be doing PBR this stream. Speaking of hinge, drop your hinge, buddy. Okay, we need to add some more of those spikes that we've been doing. Venetian door number 12, Italy. Our Italy is the model. Look at Bodhi's comment. What are you talking about? Is that a model of a door? Handle needs some work. Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. We'll take another look at the handle. Thing is, you guys think you want change, but you don't realize there's not very many better options. Can I borrow 32 gigs of RAM? Dude, I need to sell some of my RAM. I have so much RAM. Handle looks fine. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. I'm glad somebody gets it. Make it oval. Okay, guys, try your hardest to activate 100% of your brain and try not to look at the handle, and let me know how we're feeling about the rest of the door right now before I move back onto the handle, because I think the rest of the door is looking pretty good. Potentially after we make some handle tweaks, we might be able to move on to PBR. I'm feeling doorknobby. It's awesome, good, it's perfect. Okay, cool. I like the door and the handle. It's good, awesome. Looks like squinting as we speak. It looks great. Thank you, Raygun. Just have no handle. Yeah, for real, at this point, I'm just gonna delete the handle, bro. Victorian door knocker would work. The problem is that, see how there's light pixels right here? If it was just the door knocker, we would be able to see the crack behind. There's obviously something in front. You know what I'm saying? Guys, do I dare do a poll on the handle and just pray that everybody's like, oh my god, the door handle's great, or 51% of people like the door handle, so I don't have to redo it? Yeah, the vanilla handle does not make sense. That's what I'm saying. Are we sure it's not just doorknob? It's not actually anything. I really don't know what what's his name, Jappa, was thinking when he did that. Who knows? Somebody contact him. Somebody call up Jappa and say, bro, what were you imagining when you made the texture for the crimson door handle? This is quite the door texture. Okay, I'm just making sure all of our edges here include everything. Thank you for the roses, Seasons. I hope I'm saying your name right. I hope I'm saying everybody's name right. Some of you guys have like normal names like Joe, and then some of you guys have like emojis, or that user who has like sparkles and like a heart as their name. Like, I don't know how to say that. Sparkle heart. I think we're good. Let me double check. I don't think we're missing anything. I've been in all your streams. Renatu. I don't know if I recognize your name, but now I will. Hannah's. Not Xana's. Okay, Hannah's. Chris or Floppus? Okay, Chris. We'll do Chris. 70 accounts. Master plan certified. What do you need 70 accounts for? Do we have everything? Do we have everything? I think we do. Okay. Oh. The only thing I can think of as far as fixing this handle is flattening out the top. I think it looks a little bit odd that the top is like low-key like curved. Like I'm gonna take this and get rid of that curve. And then I'm gonna take this and get rid of this curve. And then I'm gonna cut across here. Same over here. And then I'm gonna flatten out the top. Does that look slightly better? You guys gotta meet me halfway on this. I don't think anybody's ever gonna be happy. Finally catch you streaming. I finally catch you watching Antax Gaming Official. Wow, that just changed everything. I know, guys. It is a complete new texture. Better before. Okay, I'm gonna throw up a poll. I'm gonna throw up a couple polls, one on every platform. How do I do that is the question. How do I do that? Oh, hey, Hyper. You are now a mod. Good to see you in here. How do I do a poll? When is it my turn to become a moderator prime? Sorry, Nico. We have too many freaking mods. Seriously, how do I make a poll? I'm so confused. I did this last time. Engage with my audience. Start a poll. Okay. Okay, I'm throwing up polls. If you haven't gotten a poll yet in whatever chat you're in, it's coming up. So be patient. Okay. I'm wording the poll differently on every platform as well. Okay, and then can somebody... Do we have a TikTok mod? Boat, are you still here? Are you able to do the poll over there on TikTok? I guess I could probably do it. We need to come to the devastating reality that the handle is right. Some of you guys just need to accept the fact. Boat, are you in here, brother? I saw you just send a message. How do I poll? No. Gift vote, quick bowl. Give. Is this a poll? Okay. Wait, no. Custom. Got it. Standard. Create poll. Okay, pull us up over on TikTok. To the guy who said half moon cup handle, you are the genius. We looked up, we found like real half circle cupped post poll results. What's the poll for? I already made it, but no worries. Oh my gosh, guys, chat's freaking speeding up. Let's look at let's see at what our poll is at. I don't know how to I don't know if there's a good way for me to show this poll result without messing things up. Okay, so on YouTube we've got 56% keep the handle as is. Then on the other YouTube poll we have 60% keep the handle as is. Then on TikTok we have, which I can move this one over, 50-50. Guys, how do we, why do we only have 3 people voting on TikTok? We got 73 people in the live. New door. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The joke's on you guys. Anyone who votes new door handle gets turbo banned. There's no poll for me. It should be up. There might be. I don't know how to find it over on TikTok. Reopen it. More people voted. It's opened. I have it right here. You guys should be able to see it on stream. Search up half moon cup handle. We already did search up stuff. I mean, I'll search up again. Half moon cup handle. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what we looked up before, and that's sort of what I tried to do. There's no poll. I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, it's in the top left corner. I'm not gonna lie, guys. People on TikTok can't find the poll, and people on YouTube seem to be really awesome and smart and are voting to keep the thing. But where'd my other stream go? I'm so lost. I have so many tabs open. What the heck? Why am I like? Why did I get like booted out? Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna actually bananas. Okay. Bro, what is that door handle? Yeah. I broke YouTube. What are you talking about? Is YouTube broken? Yeah, retexture the entire door. You have to add up the boats from both places. They don't. If you guys are on TikTok, okay, TikTok poll ended. Keep the door handle. All 3 platforms said keep the door handle. We're keeping the door handle. I'm sorry. Anyone who brings up the door handle gets perma-banned from all of my streams, and I'm going to call up John TikTok and John YouTube and get you banned from the platform, and I'm going to find you in real life and say mean things to you. Sorry, guys. That's just what has to happen. Okay, this is not the right folder. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we now need to split this up. We have a combined version of the texture. What do we have at the bottom? But we need to now re-split it back up into its 2 sizes. John TikTok and John YouTube are related, yes. Dictatorship. It's not even a dictatorship. I put it up for a vote, and the people agree with me. They're like, wow, Prime, you're so great at door handles. That's literally, bro, that's literally what people were saying. I'm not even making this up. They were like, Prime, you're like the best, and your door handle on the Crimson door looks amazing, and it doesn't look like half a coconut shell, and it definitely looks like the real life door. That's literally, that's just a random comment I saw. Like, that isn't even like cherry picking. Okay, we've got our bottom texture. And we've got our top texture. Let's check this out in game. I'm going to reload this. Hopefully. Stream might lag a little bit, but you know. Prime, you're the best and the handle looks great. Thank you, Drell Pazy. You're the goat at making door handles, guys. Stop it, stop it. I know the door handle is really awesome. I know, guys. Door handle's so beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Red screen of death, yeah. Needs PBR. You are correct, Boat. That is going to be our next thing. Okay. So, yeah, here's our finished door. I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of liking it, guys. And we... Let me see here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm looking at this door handle. I think I might be having some inspiration. I think I might be having some inspiration on how to make our awesome door handle even more awesome. What if we kept the door handle the exact same, basically, except we made it like out of straight lines, like a bit more like a thing like that? Am I like smoking crack right now, or is that like, would that like work? Or should it stay half circled? Hell nah. Round one's better. That's way better. Nah, no. I'm seeing more no's than try it and see. The problem is we could just keep trying and seeing, but the stream would be like a billion years long. Thank you for the roses, Reddy. Yeah, make a door handle, and I'll stream it. You guys do have to realize we cannot just tweak it forever. There's always, like this, we literally did a poll and most people thought it looked okay. So we have to move on. I'm sorry. You guys can make a community edit of the door handle. Okay. We gotta move on. Ban anyone who talks about the handle. We need to add specularity to this. Well, first we need to add a height map, actually. So let's do it. What could I use as a bit of a reference? This is probably going to be the most similar door that we're going to have to this. Let me think about this a little bit. You may fix this PBR. Dude, how many of you guys are ever even gonna use the Crimson Door? Let's be honest here. How long does one texture take you? Well, when it's the Crimson Door, apparently all night. Okay, let's get started on our height map. Undo all that. Actually, it's already saved. I'm just gonna close that out. So let's refresh. Here we have these. We're going to paste them in. And we'll take these and rename them into normal maps. Last time I was in the live, I asked what camera I use. I recently did a setup tour. Gunner, you can check that out, and I list my exact camera. I forget what it is, but you can check that out. What is the door that I was just looking at? Acacia? No. Jungle door. I'm gonna bring these up so we can, because again, I like to have all the doors, look similar. So I'm going to extract their height maps from here, so I can steal the values. Do the golden dandelion next. Is that update even out yet? If it is, the priority will actually be... Oh, I didn't mean to close that. The priority will actually be just updating the pack to that version. I don't know. When's the update supposed to come out? Okay. This is going to be a little bit hard to explain. As you guys know, when I make a height map, if it has depth that doesn't touch the edges, we can do whatever we want. We can make it as deep as we want, but we have to make it high up on the edges, because if we have a block that has depth on the edges, maybe we can see it slightly here, you'll notice we get a bit of a visual kind of issue here. So we got to avoid that. So I kind of fake it a bit. Like if you see here, I have the normal map set up so it looks like the edges are actually lower than the planks. But in reality, if you take a little close look here, the height is actually the same. The shading, the normal map is done by the shading, but the actual height is like parallax. So it avoids that issue while also looking the same. I know that made probably no sense, but we'll be doing that here. I think we're gonna do that here. You'll notice I did not notice anything, bro. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. I don't know why I even try to explain things. I know it doesn't make any sense. Let's increase the canvas size here. Actually, I need to take this bottom and we'll place it on my glorious empty desktop. Need to open it. Man, it is getting hot in my room, bro. I gotta get like a bunch of fans in here. Guys, I recently got a 5090. Isn't that awesome? Which is very helpful because having Photoshop open and Minecraft open with shaders and this pack and recording and streaming, recording in 2 different places and streaming to 3 different places is very GPU intensive. See you next stream, Bodhi Planny. In the RAM shortage, you do not want to know how much RAM I have. It's actually ridiculous. I need to sell RAM, like legit. I have too much RAM. Night Vance. $128 gigabytes. I have 192 gigs of RAM. No joke. You can watch my setup tour. Okay, let's so this is going to be the normal map. It's not going to be the height map, but so let's see here. We're going to want this to be the highest up. Then we're going to have this go there and this go there. And these ones will be lower down. And then we'll also have this be high up as well. And probably that we want the handle to be higher up. Like the hinges in the handle will be the highest points here. Why 192? I bought this PC from another streamer and he had that much RAM. I never would have got 192 gigs of RAM, but he had it, and he might have gotten it pre it has 4 48 gig sticks. He might have gotten it pre RAM shortage. I don't know what he was using it for, but obviously that's an obscene amount of RAM. So I'm gonna sell it. I just keep low-key forgetting. I only need like 32 for what I do, low-key. When are you gonna do the terracotta? I've done some of it. They're fun textures to do. Rev Vulture, thank you for the $2. You're stealing my money. Help, he is a villain. What do you mean? Did I mind control you until you just said that $2? Guys, everybody send $1 billion to me right now. Send $1 trillion to me so I can buy more RAM. What do you use for the textures? I use Photoshop. Okay, I'm not gonna answer any more questions about like which textures are already done. Because that's just, I don't know. People always ask that. It's kind of, it's hard to, I'd be answering those all day. If you guys really want to know, you can download there's a free version of the pack. You can scroll around in the creative menu. There's also in the Discord, there's a Google Doc, like basically a wiki for the pack. That's something one of our guys has made, and it's super cool. So if you just want answers, that's a good place to get them. Okay, so right here, I'm just building out what's going to be our normal map. Basically, the lighter the color is, the higher up it's going to be. Should have a count somewhere for how many completed or finished. I think a lot of people want that sort of thing, but I think when you think about it, you realize it's actually going to be pretty useless. Like if I throw up a thing that says like there's 128 things that need to be textured yet, like what are you even going to do with that information? That doesn't mean anything. Or like, oh, there's 85% of the pack done. Like that isn't really that useful. And I obviously can't put up, there's thousands of textures in the game. So like putting up a list of what's textured and what isn't, you could spend hours looking through it. I think what's more useful is just go download the free pack. If you're really interested to know its completion, go download the free pack and just open up the creative inventory and see what's done and what isn't. What if I made 1 million accounts and subscribed to you on YouTube? It's Litton. That would be awesome. Hit 1 million subs and I just have my normal like view count on everything. Can I give an idea, please? Sure, Frisk. Let me know. What's your idea? Ready for an all-nighter for the warp door, mainly the handle. Luckily, the warp door uses the exact same handle. Actually, that's unlucky because that means we have to deal with the handle haters. If I'm feeling, dude, I need some more like caffeine. If I had more caffeine in my apartment right now, I could probably go for like a good while. Dark mode, oh, dark mode of the GUI. So my pack, if you guys are in the Discord, I have a channel for community add-ons. We currently have an add-on for glowing ores. We've got an add-on for Biomes O'Plenty. We got a couple add-ons. That's just for stuff that I'm probably never gonna add. I could get carried away with add-ons. So I leave that up mostly to the community. And but if you guys want something like that and you know how to do textures, you can for sure do it. Make an add-on and post it in the Discord, and I'll add it to that channel, and it'll be up for free download for everybody. Like a dark UI. I'm surprised nobody's done dark mode add-on yet. Just add glowing ores. Like I said, there is a glowing ore add-on that one of our guys has made. None of it's like officially supported, but we like vet people before they post stuff, so it's like unofficially like approved. Okay, here we are with our height map. I just gotta make sure everything's like kind of equally spaced. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like the lightest part here is a little bit too far of a gap. You know what I'm saying? Like the contrast isn't as much as I'd like between each of these different like colors. I'm just trying to kind of even it out a bit. Okay, boom, 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 boom. That seems all right. Yeah, maybe. I mean, thing is, and I'm answering you, Jordan. You said account would cut down on people asking. You would be amazed at how little people like look at their surroundings. Like I could seriously have text in the center of the screen that says something and there will still be, when I post a video, like the bio says this, or the description of the video says Primes HD Textures. In the video, I'll say, oh, this is coming to Primes HD Textures. And then the comment will be like, what's the name of the pack? I don't know. People just don't pay attention. Okay, so we've got our rough little height map here. Now I am going to pull up our normal map generator. We'll do 1, 7, -3. That's our usual values. Flip those. And then I'm gonna plug in, grab our texture. So here we have our texture and our normal map. I'm going to download this. Which shader do you use? I use BSL. Oh, okay, here we go. What? Why did this looks like weirdly long? Oh, because that's the normal map for the freaking command block. Oh, I gotta end this poll. What a lovely black void, yeah. What's the name of the pack? Yeah, Tooth, we're still, we're still working on the pack name. I haven't really decided yet. I'll let you know when we come up with something, though. I had somebody one time say that or comment that I should turn this into a pack. Okay, so that's the bottom. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Which is the bottom, top, normal. Okay. We're going to split this up. Actually, so there's a little bit of, usually I just let the normal map generator handle everything. But, in cases like this, it kind of creates a problem. Like, look, it generates the normal for like the hinge here, but it's actually trying to like tile it. So you can, if you guys can see, there's a slight bit of normal weirdness there. So in these cases, I have to like manually overwrite it because that would look all right, I guess, if you had two doors next to each other, but not even really, because it would only be if you had two doors next to each other, both facing the same direction, which nobody would ever do. So it's better just to have it not tile the height map. I'm back. Welcome back, Nightmare and Axel. Ew, tiling on a door, yeah. Okay, that's cleaned up a bit. Now we're gonna take the top half of this and add it to our top half normal. And take the bottom half of this and add it to our bottom half normal. Now this will be a very slight change. I'm gonna reload this, prepare for a little bit of lag. Why is that like connecting weird? Okay, prepare for a little bit of lag. Are you still gonna do this trapdoor this stream? Maybe. We'll see how we're feeling. One second, guys. Oh, all right. Okay, so, oh, Deeper says bluish. Yeah, don't worry. The height map isn't on yet. This is just the normal map. So this is just what's going to handle some very slight shading. Let's do time set day so we can see it a little bit better. But it actually technically isn't 3D yet. So we will be now adding our height map on top of this. And then it'll be really looking good. Goodbye, Carrot Chaos Theory FNAF. I love reading your guys' usernames. Okay, height map time. How are we gonna do that? First, we'll open this. Now, here's the interesting part. We were able to make our height map on the normal map look exactly how we want, but when it comes to the actual height map, we can't. Our edges have to be completely like all the way up. Have you tried rethinking voxels, Nico? I have. Last time I played around with it, I had a much less powerful PC. I had a 3070 laptop, maybe 4070. I kind of forget. And it was a little bit rough to run, especially with my pack. But now that I've got a beefier computer, I can mess around with it a bit more. Actually, have you guys seen that there's new shader mods coming out? Like legit like mods that allow you to run like true like hardware ray tracing. I think that's pretty cool. They support you to support like a PBR pack like mine though. For those mods, you have to like manually make it compatible. So I think that's something I want to do. Farewell, Anonymous. There's a bomb in my liver. I'm sorry about that, Flix. 1, 2, 3. That's rough, dude. Okay, let me just figure out how. Okay, so this top one, this is gonna be all the way up, surely. This one will be all the way up, of course. This handle will, and then let's do. Yeah, this handle will be up. This will be there. This will be there. And then this, actually wait, this is where we need to kind of copy the values from the other doors. Jungle, because I want the cracks on all the doors to like look the same. Boom. Oh, that's a lot. Not as deep as I had it. Maybe this is all the way? Okay. This looks like it could be an all right height map. Let's just throw this on. We can always tweak it later. It could look all right though. I'm basically just adding this black and white as a height map. I'm adding it as an alpha channel, aka transparency, to our normal maps here. Okay, red screen of death coming up. Okay. Okay, things are looking. I'm kind of a fan of how this is looking, except for the obvious that, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Yeah, the red screen of lag. This is exactly what I was talking about, because I forgot that the Crimson Door blocks, like, can't be, they're technically two separate blocks. So see this line is appearing because it's trying to tile the top of the door twice. So since we have it big up here, it's trying to copy it big down there. And we can't make this small up here or else it will create issues. Thank you for the 25 HK. I'm not sure what currency that is. I like your HD texture packs. Thank you, Diamond Leo 217. I'm glad you like it. And I'm glad you're here in the stream. Wish there was an easy way to fix it. There are some ways to fix it. Unfortunately, the true solution is we just have to pull these planks up. We can leave them down on the top and bottom, but we have to pull them up in the middle. We've had to do this on other doors as well. I'm sorry. But that's why we made the normal map how we'd actually wish to make the height map, so that at least the shading, like, kind of works, you know? Okay, let's throw that. Let's grab this. Boom. Okay, reloading. Red screen of lag. Okay. Okay, guys. We're making somewhat of progress here. Now, if you actually take a look at all of our other doors here, you'll notice, whether it's vanilla or not, I have made it all the way stick out on the height map on the seam. That's why there's no visible seam on any of these doors. This was the weirdest one because this is cracks that go all the way down, but I made it like flat across so we wouldn't have a seam in between. This is the most like unvanilla one that I've done. But all the rest of these have a bar going across it. So we're just trying to do our best to hide that here. Now, just moving these planks up makes a pretty big difference in itself. But like we still have that issue in the center. Should we try to fix this, or do we just leave it as is? The way to fix it would be pulling up the cracks on this middle kind of third of the door. Handle covers the seam, so just add another handle on the other side. Dude, you must not have seen this freaking chat if you're suggesting double handles. People already hate my single handles. Leave it like that. The thing is, I've really made an effort to hide it on all these other ones. The thing is, we could do something like this. Like I made like kind of a bar. It's a little bit weird. A bar to block it there. We could do something similar here. Like maybe we could make the bar like cover all that. You could just make the middle of the strip. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's not that noticeable. It's not bad. It's not bad. Offset 1 pixel. It just I don't know when I was playing here. I can do it fast. What I'd be doing is basically just making a thing going across like this. Or actually, let me take another look. Maybe like that. Here, I'm gonna just throw it on. We can always undo it. I would leave it how it is. Yeah, we probably will leave it how it is. I just want to see. Okay, red screen of lag. Okay, so here is the version without those cracks. We basically just removed the cracks in the middle. I don't know how to feel about it. It really doesn't look horrible, but I maybe prefer the first one. What do you guys think? New or old? Say new or old in the chat. I'm not going to do a poll. It's kind of a pain to do polls. Nah, new? New or old? New? You guys are really liking this one? Old, new, old. I'm seeing maybe more olds than news. I know usually people kind of like... Never mind, I'm not even going to say that. Old, yeah, I think... no, Hyper, I hate doing polls. Thank you for the roses, Rody. Based on your grimace, old. Old, low key. Yeah, okay, wait, guys. I'm gonna just picture this in your brain. Memorize this. I'm gonna load up I'm gonna try the old one again. Okay. Reloading. Look at it. This is the new one. Can't mod right now? No worries, NSB. We've had a pretty chill chat tonight. And here is the old one. Something's weird about this, I feel like. This seems a lot deeper in the center than like up here. Oh, something. What the heck? Something's wrong. Something's wrong with this. Oh. Okay. Guys, watch this. Watch this. Wait. I have a secret third option. Thank you for the $2, Crasto. What are we making today? We are making the Crimson Door. And right now we're working on the height map. We already textured it. Okay. I forgot that I needed to raise up those middle ones, and it kind of made the top and bottom ones look weird. This may make the whole thing look a little bit more cohesive. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm really, other than that seam in the middle, which truly there's nothing we can do other than adding a bar in the center. I'm kind of a fan. This is probably the most similar door. I'm just making sure all the values are like the same here. How are you feeling about this? Amazing, says Bluish. I like that one. Can you make the cracks less deep? The cracks are just, they're going to be the same depth as like all the other doors because I've done all the other doors. So I just got to make it look cohesive. I got to ban the word doorknob from the chat. The doorknob saga continues. Love it, and thanks for the pack. Thank you, Keegan. Is fire. I agree, Luca. I think this is probably the best we're going to get. Okay, you know what? We're going to move on. I think this is a good place for the hype map to be. Now we need to add a specular map, which isn't that obvious. If we go over here to our iron door or maybe the copper door and we take a look at their specular map because they're metal, we clearly get a lot more reflection than something like the cherry door, which does have a little bit like the handle is reflective and the hinges are like metal. So our height map won't be too, oh, that's the makeup door. Our height map won't be too crazy on the crimson door, but we do want it to at least reflect like wood. Like here, let me pull out our crimson wood. See how there's like a little bit of light glint off of it just to make it look a little bit woody. Let's do that here. It shouldn't take long. Prime hates his fans. My fans hate me. I love my fans. I love my hate base. Okay, crimson. Okay, so these are going to be the specular maps. I'm going to move this over so you guys can see it a little bit on vertical. Crimson door top spec. S for specular. Oh my gosh. Crimson door bottom specular. Let's open this up. I don't hate you, Prime. Thank you, Zach, man. Zach, man's been here since day one. My #1 fan. My only fan, some might say. Okay, crimson planks. Okay, here's the specular map for crimson planks. This is great because it's the same material, so we don't have to come up with any crazy, you know, specular values. We don't have to invent new stuff. We can kind of just copy stuff over. 200. You're super chill. I love your lives. I'm brand new to live, really. I mean, our live streaming. This is probably like what, my like 4th live. So I'm glad. I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. I'm glad you guys seem to like them though. It was really weird going live for the first time. It was less weird than I thought though. I thought it would be really weird. Just being live in front of this many people. I mean, I obviously have made content forever, but it's a little bit different when everybody's like live. I feel like I was worried about what the chat would be like, but you guys are honestly pretty chill. You make going live fun, and I think it's because like the people who show up to the lives are usually like actual fans of the pack. You know what I'm saying? Like anyone who's not really a fan of the pack usually just doesn't show up to the live. I'm just grabbing our different specular values here. We can tweak them a bit if we need to, but I don't think we'll need to. Okay, that can go there. What's up, Riff Runner? Use the pack all the time. Use the 32 one. That's sick. I'm glad. Streaming is so nice for the direct community responses. Yeah, I agree, Hyper. Biggest thing is probably that I can get feedback immediately instead of being like, wow, this texture looks awesome. And then I post it and then half of the people are like, dude, this is so horrible. And I'm like, oh man, my bad. Now I can fix it live. And I guarantee you guys, all the comments on when we make this into a video, all the comments will be about the freaking handle. But it's whatever. Okay, so I'm just grabbing the speculative values that we have on our hinges, because they're going to be a little bit reflective. The rest of the door is just going to be like wood. Looked away for 2 seconds. Why is the door red? Because we are doing the specular map right now. So each one of these colors is a little bit complicated, but each one of these affects how light is gonna reflect on it. Green. This is because the hinges are like metal, so they're gonna be reflective, and then all these red values are kind of like wood. So yeah. Let's grab this top. Let's throw it here. Let's paste it in. Let's go like this. Let's go like that. Let's crop this one in. Thank you for the $2, Crasto. How long are you streaming for? Wanted first, YouTube done. Well, I'm streaming. We're gonna be done with this, and maybe I'll do another texture. I'll see if I have anything I need to attend to tonight. If I'm just gonna pull an all-nighter streaming, that could be fun. I'm probably just gonna need to pick up like a freaking energy drink. One sec, guys. I'm just responding to a text. Also, Crasto, what did you mean? You said wanted first, YouTube done. If you send a message, Crasto, I'll be able to see it pop up. I just want to make sure I want to thank you for the $2. Can you do the sun texture? It's done. And I made it 3D. I don't know why. That was a long time ago. I did this done a long time ago. It kind of, people say it looks like a sea lantern. Okay, red screen of lag. We're gonna put on our specular map. Oh, I think he said he wanted to be the first YouTube donate. Yes. Well, thank you. First on the YouTube donation, as in most of the internet. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad. You got it. Okay, guys. Specular map is on the door. So if we see now, the metal hinges are reacting metallically. They're a little bit shiny, and the door itself is a little bit wood-y. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm pretty happy with this. I really am happy with this. I think this is a good crimson door. Sorry, I missed most of the stream. I don't get notifications. Don't worry, Crasto. We are we're probably gonna keep going. Honestly, I think we're gonna keep going. Nico, I'd make you a moderator. I know you've been here, but we honestly have too many moderators, especially on YouTube. Maybe we need more moderators on TikTok, but okay, guys. Yeah, Crimson Door is looking good, so we can let's do a quick review of all of our doors, shall we? Wait, guys. Oh. Okay, guys. I think I solved the mystery of TikTok kicking me off for being inactive. So I just tabbed over because I was gonna look at TikTok, and it had one of, you know, those puzzle slider like captcha things? It had one of those, and it said we've detected live inactivity, stream shutting down in 1 minute unless you do the puzzle thing. I just did it and it rebooted it. So probably that's what's been happening, and I've just never seen it. Can we talk about the elephant in the room? What's the elephant in the room? Wook 420. Oh yeah, but yeah, I think so. If you want to be modded over there, Hyper, I can, but we have a mod. Boat is a mod on TikTok. Okay, guys, we are gonna do a quick little tour of all of our doors here. So we've got the oak door and the oak trapdoor. We've got the spruce door and the spruce trapdoor. Each of the little metal bits are a little bit reflective. Here is our birch door and our birch trapdoor. The cool thing about the birch door is that there is a lot of subsurface scattering through the like the paper part. Like, it looks like light is able to go through it, and it is the same on the trapdoor. Then we've got the jungle door. I'm also able to using height. It looks a little bit buggy, but using height maps, I can make it like look 3D in the cracks. So we got those. We've got the acacia is done. We've got the dark oak done. Once again, the handle is like reflective and stuff. Mangrove door is done. The mangrove trapdoor is done. This one, the height map on the mangrove trapdoor is kind of funny because it's like a circle. And then cherry door is done. Pale oak door not done. Bamboo door not done. But crimson door is now done. And like I said, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. We've still got to do the crimson trapdoor. I think we're going to do that now. And then we've got the warp door. That isn't done. The iron door is done. And that's probably my favorite door. It's all reflective and stuff. And then we've got all the variations of the copper doors, and they get less reflective as they oxidize, which is a bit of a fun little feature. Warp door looks fun, yeah. Warp door is going to be interesting. Can we talk about the bowl on the door? No, Gone Insane. We cannot. We will not bring up the bowl on the door. We're not talking about it. Guys, I think he might do warped pale and then bamboo. I'm not sure what order we're going to do. Okay, wait, actually, let's quickly run over here to our... This is our little uncompleted building block section. We can actually go ahead and remove the crimson door because it's done. Okay, I'm thinking we do crimson trapdoor just because we can finish up crimson stuff. Let's do it. Let's do it. Actually, wait, I'm gonna take a little break here just for like 30 seconds. And then I'll be back. Probably not 30 seconds, more like a minute. Oh my gosh, of course the onions are back. Okay, and I'm back, by the way. Back in 0 seconds. Negative 0 seconds. I'm back with bad news, guys. I just checked my phone. I actually have to go do a thing right now. I'm gonna have to end the stream. I'm sorry. I have something coming up in an hour, and I just need to get ready for that. Jesus Christ, what is the elephant in the room? Are you the elephant? No, I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad that you guys hopped in a stream. I think this was a pretty fun stream. It was pretty efficient. Maybe next stream will... having just a Crimson Trapdoor stream might be a little bit, boring. So maybe next stream we'll do the Warp Door, and then maybe we do both Trapdoors as their own stream. If I can get... I'm gonna go live tomorrow. If I can get on early, we'll probably have a longer stream. Stream soon, please. Yeah, tomorrow. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. Yes, go to sleep. I'm at SB. You made it. I'm gonna check out chat for a little bit before I head out. Just in case I missed anybody's questions. Blocks Pro, you said, what if my computer can't run shaders? Will the pack still look good? It'll look good in my opinion. The pack actually was originally designed as a non-shader pack. You can download the free version and see if you like it. You just won't get some of the you won't get some of the features. Good night, guys. Yes, Antex, I'm ending stream. I have to run off. I can't watch tomorrow. I'm sorry, not the official. I'm gonna try to stream more consistently. I mean, we've been pretty consistent. I'm gonna try to be more consistent though. So if you can't make tomorrow's stream, don't worry. We're gonna keep streaming. I'll be here tomorrow. Will you stream tomorrow? As soon as I wake up. Yes, Blocks Pro YouTube. In fact, you just got a second free shout out. You're sneaking out with the audience. I'm sorry, Minecraft Animir. We are gonna be check Discord when you got a minute. Okay, I will. I'll check Discord. Okay, guys. Glad everybody showed up, but the stream must end. I'll be on tomorrow. Pull up. Maybe like I wake up at like noon Eastern Standard Time, and then I'll go live as soon as I'm ready, basically. So like probably 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the earliest. Thank you for the donut, Rody, and thank you for the hearts, Rody. Okay, night, guys, or good morning if you're on the other side of the world. But good stream. Hopefully see you guys